Hi everybody, welcome to School of Scarlet. Today I have another message for you. So today's message is around freedom, and we are going deeper and deeper with our freedom. It is no coincidence that you're here on this channel. It is no coincidence that you're here on this message. You have activated the freedom timeline and you are going deeper and deeper with it. So today's message is about speaking up. It's about breaking your silence. So you may resonate with being the quiet kid or being the person that kind of holds back or tries to keep the peace. But today things are going to change. You're going to be activated in your freedom of speech. You're going to be activated in your throat chakra, and you're going to be freed of anything that is holding you back from speaking your truth. So many times we grow up in a way that it is not safe for us to speak up. There are certain things that signal to us as children that it is unsafe to say certain things, to even talk in some situations. It could have been triggering to someone, it could have been irritating to someone, and because of that, we internalize the fact that it was not safe for us to speak up. So I know for myself, I was always the shy kid, and that was more because that was my nature. But at the same time, I can think of very specific situations in school and around other people where I said certain things and they were triggered. I can think of a teacher that was triggered. I can think of another student that was triggered into anger, into basically not being safe around these people because of the way that their reaction was to what I said. So maybe you can think back in your life of situations where you spoke up or you said anything and you were treated in a way that was almost, shameful, or it felt like you had to hold some guilt over it because of what you said. But you were only speaking your truth. It was only innocent speech, but yet you were treated in a way that triggered others and in turn made you internalize it into shame or guilt. And because of that, it became kind of a tradition, or not a tradition, but basically like a pattern for you to be quiet in many situations. And what happens when we're quiet is that maybe we don't speak up and we don't speak out the things that we're thinking, but it stays in our mind and we think about it and we really internalize that in a way that it stays within us, but we're not able to share it. And that can really hurt. So this message today is to really be free today, to step into your freedom. You can say and do anything that you want. You can be free in this moment right now. Whatever it is that you feel like saying from here on out, go ahead and say it. If there's a truth that needs to be spoken, speak it. If there is something that you feel like you need to share with someone, share it. If there is something that you're not comfortable with, but you have trouble saying no, begin to exercise your right to say no or yes, or whatever it happens to be for you. But be free in your speech, be free in your throat, allow yourself to flow. See, when we are all tied up right here in our throat, we really internalize everything in a way where we're much more in the ego. We're really focused on what everybody's going to think, what everybody's going to say about us. We're worried about the news. We're worried about social media. We're fearful of this, of that. But when we free ourselves in our throat and we're able to speak our truth, all others disappear. And it's really about us and what we think and what we feel. And we are no longer scared of the news. We're no longer scared of social media, of others, of anything. We don't care what they say because we know the truth of who we are. We're connected to our inner self. And our inner self is like, this is like a chimney. It really lets it out. And so when we're connected to our inner being, we know that that is the truth and there is nothing outside of that. There is no them, there is no others, it's just you. But when we're tied up here in the throat, we are really tying ourselves up with just this. And what this is just all of the world. And when we're tied up in all of the world, we're really concerned and hyper vigilant about others. But the truth is that there is no others. It is just you. And how and what would you like to do today? How would you like to speak today? What would you like to say? Where do you have to set some boundaries? Where would you like to speak up? Go ahead and begin to do it today. Stand tall. What I'm seeing is like a tree. Trees have to stand tall. They have to stand up with all their branches out and everything like that. But we as humans have the ability to shrink ourselves, to hide ourselves, to hold things back, like even our speech and things that we don't want to say. But you're being called today to be fully and truly you, just like a tree. A tree has no ability to hold it back. They have to stand tall with their branches out, however they happen to appear. And when we look at trees, they're all kind of different. Some have curves, some have like knots in them, some have a broken branch, but they all have to stand tall in the way that they appear. So stand tall in the way that you appear with total freedom. Allow yourself to flow from your inner being through the chimney of your throat out to everyone else. Be free in your speech. Have no fear how people are going to react. The reason people are triggered by you, the reason people get angry with you, the reason people can't take what you say is because you are speaking truth and they are living in lies. So when people are living in lies or in denial, if you want to see it that way, they can't stand when someone is speaking truth because it goes against everything that they have built their lives on. But you are a truth seeker. You're not even a truth seeker. You are truth. And because you are truth, you will speak truth. So begin to speak the truth out to everyone here on out. Speak your truth. Allow things to come up that need to come up. Stand up for yourself. Allow yourself to flow freely without concerning yourself what someone else will think about you. Have fun in your speech. Be playful. Have speech however you want to have it. There may have been times in the past, like I say, where our speech had been restricted, whether that was in childhood, whether that was because we restricted it because we knew that it wasn't safe to speak up. It is safe now. You are totally free and safe now. You have activated that freedom timeline. And in that freedom timeline, really only you exist. All others are appearances that are appearing for you to play with. And you have no reason to be afraid of them. You have no reason to be shameful or hold any guilt over anything that you say or do. The only thing that would only hurt you is to hold your truth back. So don't hold your truth back. Allow yourself to be totally free and flowing in every way, and you will align to more of who you are. If speaking your truth hurts somebody, if speaking your truth gets you fired from a job, if speaking your truth gets you out of a relationship, someone breaks up with you or something, then those people were never meant to be in your life anyhow. I can think of places that I worked that wanted to restrict my speech. There was one place that actually was pretty much every place I worked. They did not allow us to talk about God. I worked in social work. I worked in mental health. And although we had to do screenings and really see spirituality and religion and all these things as something that would cause resilience in a person, so it was a positive, as a counselor, as a social worker, I wasn't allowed to talk about it with them. So that made no sense to me. At some point, I decided to go against that and totally leave that behind. They would say not to do that, but I went ahead and did that. Then later on, there was times where I worked in a school and there was things going on there that were hurting the children, hurting the community, things that were being kept hush-hush. And as a teacher, we couldn't speak up. And you can look on my channel about a video that I made about why I left teaching. And in that video, it talks about how we were made to sign documents and things where we couldn't share with anyone, with the news, social media, anyone in the community, what was happening in these schools. And in these schools, there was things that were happening that were hurting the children, that were hurting the community. And I just couldn't take that. So I had to speak up, and we did. I spoke up, and it really caused me to get in trouble at work. It didn't get me fired, but I decided to leave because that was not a place for me. Later on, there was things that were happening at a different workplace where it was really just not right. I had to speak up. And in that case, I was really ashamed to speak up because I thought that something that had happened meant something about me. But I decided to speak up. And when I did, I was able to speak my truth in a way where other people rallied around me and could see that I was speaking the truth, and things began to change in that workplace. So speak your truth, no matter how hard it is, because you are the way shower. There's many people that won't speak their truth. There's many people that won't say a word, that'll just conform to staying silent, to being bullied into not saying anything. Speak your truth. If you're in a relationship and there's things that you need, you desire, you want, or maybe there's a conversation that needs to be had, let it be known. Say it. Allow yourself to speak it. Speaking in a relationship and allowing yourself to be totally transparent grows your relationship. That is what marriage counseling, couples counseling does. It allows a safe space for both people to speak their truth and to be understood. So that is what that space is for. But many people don't ever go to that kind of counseling. But I will tell you that in that space, it's all about speaking your truth. So begin to speak your truth now. You don't have to go to counseling for it. Just begin doing it now. And any other place that this might arise, with a friend, whatever it happens to be, speak your truth so that you can be heard and you can be known for who you truly are and what you're truly believing and what you're truly feeling within you. Don't hold back, because when we hold back, we hold and bottle everything in, and one day that's going to explode, that's going to pop. And usually when that happens, it's not very pretty. We begin to get angry, we begin to blow up essentially, and it's not a pretty thing. And people look at us like we're the problem. So allow yourself to speak your truth in every moment. There is no reason to hold anything back. You are free now. You are free now. You are free now in your speech. Allow yourself to speak up. Break that silence. If there's something you've been holding back, if there's something about you that you haven't been allowing yourself to truly be you, allow yourself to break free from that. Break that silence today. In every moment that you find yourself holding something back, allow yourself to correct that and allow it to come through. This will recreate a new pattern in your brain and in your being to allow yourself to speak freely and be free. So today's message is really about being free in your speech, being free in who you truly are, being free in your truth, because everything that you are going to be speaking is truth. And yes, that may be triggering to most, but that is what needs to happen on this world to have things shift. We have to speak our truth, and that is how we see change. So I hope that this message found you well. If you are having trouble speaking your truth, if you are having trouble connecting to your inner being, if you're having trouble with this freedom timeline at this time, feel free to reach out to me at my website at schoolscarlet.com. You can find ways to connect with me for one-on-one sessions and whatever else that you so need. So check that out. And thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being on this channel. Again, if you are new here, I really encourage you and urge you to go ahead and subscribe, because you are on the freedom timeline and you're not getting off. So you might as well come along with me. We're in this together. I'm also activating my freedom at the same time you are. So let's do this together, and go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and come back for my daily messages. If you can, go ahead and share this video with other people so that we can get the message out there and we can do this together. Thank you again for watching. I love you all, and I will catch you on our next message.